Everyone, good morning. My name is Ben Sandoval. I am the Economic Development Director for the beautiful city of Emmett. And welcome to 2026. Happy New Year for some of you that I haven't seen in a while. Um, what a year. I've been told by philosophers, believe it or not, that this is the year of the Emmett. So if you haven't heard that before, now you know it's the year of the Emmett, from what I've been told. So I'm kind of intrigued on what that entails. What is that? We're about to find out in 2026. And as you're wondering, in regards to what is happening in Emmett, what are we doing, folks? Just last week, we had a penguin hit us all over the world. But why? Today and this year, it's our job to tell investors that are thinking, but why? Emmett, that's why. So that is what we're going to get into all of 2026. So to get us started and really get the Business Connect moving, I would like to introduce our City of Emmett Mayor, Linda Krupa, to lead us with opening remarks.
Thank you, Ben, and Happy New Year to everybody. Glad you are all here. It's going to be a phenomenal year for all of us. And we have a really exciting program today. There's so many things going on in Hemet that I think at least on City Council, we all need to clone ourselves because we are going in all different directions. And much of it is thanks to Ben Sandoval because he thinks we are Energizer bunnies just like he is. So welcome today. And I hope you enjoy the presentation that we're going to have and that you meet some new people that you haven't met before. And we continue our outreach and going forward. And as Ben says, Hemet is rising and we are back and good things are happening. So stay tuned. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Mayor, for those beautiful welcome remarks. And we are really surrounded by great individuals and great staff. So we do also have our Councilmember Peterson. Councilmember Peterson, got to lead us in a few remarks as well.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm part of the business ad hoc, and I am in my fourth year in that role, just starting out. And I've been working closely with our Chamber of Commerce through these years and got to know a lot of the business and nonprofits. And it's great. It's great. Yes, we are doing great things in the city of Hemet now. So welcome to everyone.
Thank you, Council Member. And we also have our Council Member Howard Clark joining this morning from District 1. I know she has something going on today, Council Member.
I have a District 1 meeting, 6 to 8 p.m. tonight over at Batista Creek because those guys need to tell me what they want. They're very quiet and very, very hardworking folks that have to put their kids to bed and don't have time to do all this stuff. But I want them to take just a few minutes this evening and let me know what businesses they want. What do they want for jobs? What do they want for the city? And hopefully by 8 o'clock, I'll have a pretty good view. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. And I know our other council members send their regards as well. And folks, this call wouldn't have even been possible. We wouldn't have been able to have grown it as we are without our city manager really starting this off. He had an
I'm
idea
gonna put headphones on in just a second.
in regards to having a way to connect with businesses, big, small, medium, with the assistance of the chamber. So I would like to pass it over the baton to my boss, the Hemet City Manager, Mr. Mark Pressler. Sir?
Morning, everyone. It's great to see the growth. I think we have record numbers today. I'm grateful for that. I think this is a terrific opportunity for us to connect with the community, make sure that we're working and communicating with business. And Ben, congratulations on growing this monthly event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And one last one before we get into the jazz here. We do have a few individuals that we see in a few words, but this is a partnership with the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce. I would like to pass it over to the board chair to say a few words this morning on behalf of the chamber. Coca?
Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity, Ben. And I want to thank our Hemet City leadership. I don't know how you guys are making it, but you're everywhere. Last night, Mark was also there. Jackie was there at the chamber mixer. We're excited. A lot of great things happening in the city, and we love tagging along with the city and taking the Chamber of Commerce forward. So the next greatest thing that's coming up is the murder mystery that's going to happen at the Hemet Historic Theater on March 14th, I believe, right, Ben? March 14th. So come join us, see who gets killed or who kills who. And we have some great people in there. We have our mayor, Linda Krupa, is also in there. And yours truly, Coca, is in there too. So I'm going to kill somebody or I'm going to get killed. So come and see us on March 14th. And thank you so much. And it's amazing to see the growth here. Last comment, if you're not a member of the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce, please become a member. Great way to network with about close to 500 other businesses like yourself. Where else can you do that? Just like getting on the Zoom call with Ben and connect with us. Thank you and look forward to the meeting this morning.
Thank you, Coca. And and some of you that are here, you're going to have the opportunity to network with
Paramount Plus. Press 1. If you are billed by one of our billing partners.
Jeremy, if you can put yourself on mute there, that would be great. Thank you, everyone. So you're going to be able to have an opportunity to meet with a lot of these great individuals that are here today. And you're going to be able to share your business ideas and go from there. I also want to introduce someone very special that has really grown and has been here in the Valley for many, many years. And I've actually learned a few things from this individual. And Mr. Michael Castillo from the Soboba EDC, are you with us this morning? It would be great to have you introduce yourself and say a few words on behalf of the Soboba Luciano Indian Tribe.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, I was having a little trouble getting on. I just got on, so perfect timing. I think a couple of my other board members will be joining as well. Again, appreciate the invite. And my name is Michael Costello. I'm a member of the Soboba Band, Lusenia Indians. If you're familiar here in Riverside County in the San Jacinto Hemet Valley area. I'm currently the chairman for the Soboba Economic Development Corporation. We were established as an entity under the tribe back in 2017. I think Mr. Coca talking earlier. He was actually on a board member for quite a few years until recently. So what we've done is we created a corporation. It's called a Section 17 corporation under the tribe. And basically our goal is to create new economic ventures and diversify. Obviously we have the casino, if you're familiar with Soboba Casino, which is obviously the big entity here for the tribe, but we wanted to be able to diversify and look into other areas and opportunities to kind of like spread out our wings a little bit and also provide job opportunities for our members and community members as well. We do employ about 1,600 to 1,700 employees between the casino and the tribe itself. The EDC, we currently right now, we have 3 businesses that we're operating. Well, 2 businesses that we own and operate currently, and one that we partner with another tribe from Coachella Valley, 29 Palms. But we do have our Roadrunner Express gas station, which we'll be celebrating our 3rd anniversary here in the end of February, so the end of next month. Very excited about that. We have another drink we call Drink River, which is a hybrid tea. That's an energy drink tea, and again, it's called Drink River, RIVR, so without the E. But again, so our goal is to create new businesses, whether it's through partnerships or just owning outright starting new ventures. So I've been on the board for this will be my 6th year, and so we've had a lot of growth, but there's a lot more that we want to do for the tribe, and not just the tribe, but the whole community as well. I think many of you may be familiar with the Soboba Foundation, which provides donations and opportunities for charities and individuals out there that are in need. So it's just something else that we want to do is continue on with that and grow with not just the San Jacinto Valley, but the whole River Inland Empire, and looking for opportunities. Future ventures. We're looking at expanding our gas station, adding a car wash, adding some electric vehicle chargers, another building which will house some more gaming machines next to the gas station. We have some property over in the Winchester area, on the corners of Dominigoni and Winchester Road. As you know, that's a large growing population in that area, Menifee and French Valley, that whole thing. So we're doing some studies to see what the needs are and what can be best suited to help to work in that area. And again, creating jobs, creating new opportunities for people to grow. So I don't know if that's enough or if there's anything else,
No,
but I'm
you
really a
really-
pleasure to meet you all and really again excited to be a part of this group and listen to what everyone has going on.
No, you're really hitting it on the park. And for anybody that's not familiar with Mr. Michael here, he's been a Saboba administrator before, which is the version of a city manager. He's also been part of the tribal council, which is the version of city council. The man's been there, I think, every role you've had, Mr. Castillo. So it's a pleasure having you. And it's a sneak peek of a potential future guest speaker here at our Business Connect. It's a pleasure having you, sir. Thank you for joining us. And
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
yeah, thank you
And
again.
you'll be able to break out with him as well for those that are interested. So everyone, at this moment, this is where we get into the exciting part. This is what everyone really came here to do, not to really hear me, but to network. So what we're going to do is, and this is for some of them, for some of you, this may seem daunting, it may seem scary, but here's the beautiful thing. Each one of you is going to rotate. You're only going to have 1 minute. That's it. You're going to introduce yourself, first, last name, organization, and something that your organization offers. And if you're in a group that all of you already know each other for the most part, great. What's the 2026 goal for your personal and your organization that you would like to accomplish? We're only going to do this for about 5 to 8 minutes because we have such a packed agenda and really everyone wants to learn how to work with Hollywood. I know I wanted to, and I learned a lot attending the Kohler Awards. So folks, you're in for a treat with that, Mr. Dan Taylor. So at this time, I've already cleared the rooms behind the scenes. So please, all you need to join is join the group and go from there. So again, 1 minute each, rotate, let's get going. Go right ahead. If you need any assistance joining the rooms, let me know. If not, you're welcome to hang out here with me.
Ben, I lost the link, so I'm trying to go back and say, please join a breakout room. So bear with me.
No
I'm
worries.
I am not that tech savvy. Hold on.
No worries. You're always welcome to hang out with me as well. I think the lieutenant's going to be joining me as well here too, so we're good.
Awesome. Okay, now where? No, I'm really lost.
I don't know. I'm not sure what room I assigned you to. And Kenya or Marlo, you may have joined us just recently because we're doing breakout rooms. You're able to join or hang out here with me, your choice.
Yeah, Ben, I did the same thing. I thought it was spam or something, so I clicked off on this join link that you threw out there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I clicked on it and it didn't go. So I don't know what happened, and I've never done that before. That's a new little feature to me. Never heard about it.
I like to do breakout rooms just for people to kind of like network and share ideas, so they don't have to hear me all the time, you know?
So how do you go back to that?
Oh, and let me move you there right now, actually.
I'm sorry.
Did you
Okay,
get
wait,
it
I
now?
see it. Yeah.
Okay, and then let me
I'm good here.
move to 3, like that. Lieutenant, you're good right here, right? Perfect. Kenya, did you want to join a group or hang out here with us?
Sure, I'll join the group. Thank you.
Beautiful. Let me find your name here. Bear with me. There you are. Did you see that?
You don't see anything yet.
I move you to room 7. Okay, let me try it again. I'm going to move you to room 6. Yeah, it should pop up on you.
I'm not getting any pop-ups. It's weird. I can just hang out here with you guys. It's fine.
No worries. And then Beautiful, everyone. We're letting everyone come back in. I know I may have cut it just a little short, but we have such a packed agenda, everyone. I just want to get this going. So hopefully you had a little bit of time to network. Let me allow some more people to join as well. We still have people joining.
So Ben, we saw you jump onto room 9. Were you just teasing us?
I actually joined every single room just to see how the conversations were going, you know? So rather than me just being by myself, in a room by myself, building my thumbs, like, I'm gonna go see what everyone else is doing. And it was great conversations. And for everyone that are just joining us back here, we kind of want to reamp a little bit our Business Connect. So usually when we come back, we get straight to it, but I would like to call on someone randomly, and it's no one in particular. And when I pick on you, just let me know something you learned from your breakout room. And wouldn't you know it, it just happens to be that Commissioner Beefeaster, you popped up, first one. So you're the one that gets selected in January. What did you learn from your breakout room?
It cut off, baby. Yeah.
It did?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I'm sorry, Ben, what was the question?
You were the lucky person that I chose. So what is one thing that you learned from your breakout room today, or someone you met that you haven't already known?
Well, I met Tyrone. I Jennifer Venable was in my room. I met Jennifer a couple of times at the Hemet Theater concerts. Tyrone was on there as well, and he talked about he's a business owner for some sub sandwiches. And I told him how much I love my sub sandwiches, and that Hemet will definitely welcome him here if he chooses to come to Hemet. And then Alicia, I believe she's a coordinator. She does a lot of events here in the Valley as well. Very nice lady. But it was I try to join when I can, when I get the time to, because I do like to meet everybody that's here, the business owners or people that are potential business owners that want to come here. I highly encourage it because Hemet is a unique community, and with this kind of support, we can go a long ways.
Thank you, Commissioner. And you really hit it on the ball. Folks, if you look around the room, there's 64 individuals right now in the room. And I can tell you there are people from LA County joining us from downtown LA that I've just met this past month, and I invited them and they've joined us. So thank you so much. We have former elected officials on the line. I know we got former city managers, current city manager. I mean, the room is packed with so many people. So this is what it's all about. Connect, share ideas, and see where this goes. And before we get into our guest speaker, I would like to have one more. Yeah, everyone, you can please.
Is it?
Tyrone, are you on the line, please? I would like for you, if you have 1 minute, to briefly talk about your organization and who you are, because I know I went to your sandwich spot, and what an amazing good food. Tyrone?
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm here. Thanks a lot.
So, yes, you have 1 or 2 minutes. What's going on with your organization?
Well, we are actually celebrating our 5 and 1 year anniversaries this weekend for my restaurant, 5 year for Riverside and 1 year for Ontario. I have a toasted sub sandwich shop with a full bar. It's a unique concept. We really have no competition. It's different than like a Jersey Mike's or Jimmy John's. It's a destination, and people come and gather. We have live music, karaoke, doing a little even trivia. So we're excited. We're looking for another city to open up in this year. And Ben has been wooing me with Hemet, and I've been impressed so far. So thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yes, Tyrone, we are here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Way to get in there on that one. And for those who have never been to a Chiba Hut, I went for the first time 2 weeks ago. Holy smokes, what a sandwich, the ambiance. So I think the nearest one is on Riverside currently, right. But who knows? Maybe Hemet on the horizon. We'll see, how that comes along. So Tyrone, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to join us.
My pleasure. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure. Everyone, now without further ado, this is your first time being with us today. I just want you to picture that we're on the stage and me and Dan are having a conversation. So for those that are interested about Hollywood site selection, how does a movie get selected? Why is the filming, the background look the way it is? We're going to find out today, and hold all your questions to the end because we know there's a lot of questions. We've been getting a few questions on our social media, emails. How do I join Hollywood? We're going about to find out. So before we have our guest speaker, I would like to kind of introduce him a little bit, if I may. So if everyone can please indulge me for 2 minutes. Dan Taylor is the president of the Inland Empire Film Services, assisting production companies in acquiring a film permit in the 2 county regions of the Inland Empire. He is also a film commissioner for the Riverside County Film Commission, Temecula office, Big Bear Law, Lake Film Office, Barstow Film Office, Menifee Film Office, San Dimas. Dan, at this point, might as well be the whole nation. Holy moly. In addition, his company has also manages the permits of the Bureau of Land Management, Barstow region, as well as the San Bernardino National Forest. Previously, Dan was the deputy director of the Inland Empire Film Commission. During that time, he successfully assisted thousands of film shoots, TV shoots, from fashion photography to big motion pictures, assisting them with their locations, permitting, and crew services. Some of those features are Captain Marvel, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, some of the TV shows, Latitude, Grey's Anatomy, great show, by the way, Death, Grand Tour, MasterChef, BMW commercials, Skechers, GE, and music videos such as Blink-182, Jennifer Lopez, and T-Pain. Dan served as a facilitator / liaison for the San Bernardino County Film Office from 2015 to 2019. In that capacity, he was responsible for assisting production companies in acquiring property permits and encouraging them to hire local crews and local services. Beautiful. What a perfect segue on keeping things local. Dan has a bachelor's degree in music education from APU, Azusa Pacifica, and he is also believes that training surprisingly gave him many skills that have translated this into the film industry, hands-on, on-the-job training. As with many in the industry, Dan fell into it. He was working at a nonprofit that housed the Inland Empire Film Commission, and Sherry Davis, his mentor and friend, saw something in him and took Dan under his wing. They worked together for a mesmerizing 15 years, with Sherry teaching him along the way. Now Dan has served over 22 years of experience running on film commissions, offices, and more importantly, making movies and TV. Everyone, can we give a big round of applause to the Riverside County Film Commissioner, Dan Taylor?
Thank you. Thank you.
Dan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. And let me tell you, your topic is very popular and we're very excited to have you. So why don't we get straight to the questions? What do you think?
What do I do? Well,
let me tell you this. Let's get straight to the questions. So I'll start with the first one. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know I read your bio, but in regards to work history, fun activities, anything I may have missed on your bio.
Well, I do have a pretty diverse work history. I've worked in a music distribution warehouse. I was a music minister for a while. I was a booking coordinator for 15 different university performing groups, booked them all over the nation and Canada. I was a quality control inspector for Guess Jeans. So when you bought those jeans, I was probably one of the ones who looked at it to make sure it was the way it was supposed to be, and other clothing companies as well. So that's just a little brief history of what I've done. So I've got a pretty diverse background.
Wow, Dan. And yes, you do. That bio, I was like, has Dan lived 5 lifetimes or just 1 lifetime? It's pretty extensive. So with that said, who is Inland Empire Film Services? What is your mission statement or vision statement?
Well, we have a very short and succinct mission statement. Our statement is, if you're working, we're working. So the film industry works all the time. They work nights, days, weekends. They're constantly in need of something. So I have a cell phone that's on 24/7. So I get phone calls at 10. I got a phone call at 10 o'clock at night on Sunday, this coming Sunday, for a TV production company that just needed some help this week. And they couldn't wait until Monday to call me. So they called me at 10 o'clock at night asking for some assistance. So that's kind of what I do. They call and say, I need help finding this location. I need help getting a permit. Do you have any local businesses that service us and that in whatever area they're looking for? I need some local crew members who are experienced that to supplement our crew while we're out in your area. Whatever it is, my goal is to service that industry and get them to spend their money out here.
Perfect. Dan, let me ask you a question. Site selection. I've seen so many movies. Like, let me just give you an example. Crash, for example, all filmed in Los Angeles for the most part, and the photography, the background hit home. Can you relate to, or can you explain what is site selection? I sometimes call in the behind the scenes director, but you know better than I can. What are site selector managers and how do they come about?
Well, those are the location scouts and location managers. And what happens is when a production, whether it's TV, a commercial, feature film, they get their lead people together, their heads of all to their departments, and they start talking about, this is the script we have, this is what we want to do. And that script includes, what's the background going to be? Are we going to be on a studio lot? Are we going to be in the middle of the forest? Are we going to be in the desert? Are we going to be on a urban street? What are we looking for? That location manager is the one that has to try to take that script and figure out what's going to be that background. Where are they going to be to shoot that project? And those are the ones who usually call me and say, hey, Dan, I need rocks in the desert. I need to have a forest road that's right next to a open field. I got to have this urban look that looks like I'm in the middle of anywhere USA. That's what they do, is they call me for that, and I point them in directions where they can go find those locations.
And then how does, so when you bring in these crews, some of the questions that I received behind the scenes, meaning email and such, were, hey, we're a small company. How do we participate? And I know there's quite a few that joined for that reason. Hey, Ben, I have a lemonade business, or I have a burrito business, or I have tables and chairs. How does someone partner up, for example, for Indian Empire Film Services or big companies to potentially be a vendor? What does that look like?
Well, it all depends on what their services are and what the needs are. They could always give me a call, shoot me an email, and say, this is what I want to do. I'm a lemonade stand and I want to try and sell some lemonade to the film shoots that come out here. I could get them listed in our database as a lemonade stand, and then I could try to promote that when the people call and go, I need to have somebody to sell lemonade to our crew. Well, you got to, this lemonade stand right here in Hemet is looking to do something. Give them a call. It's kind of how it works. It's all by referral. So I have a database that they could be added into. I would talk to them, help them understand what it's like to work with the industry, and try to help guide them in that direction on what they need to do to be prepared for that.
Beautiful. And for those folks, if you are not speaking, if I can kindly ask you if you can please mute yourself, that'd be fantastic. Thank you so much. Dan, we've entered an age where we are mixing artificial intelligence and filming. Where do you see the film industry? I know it's hard to see a crystal ball, obviously. If someone asks me in my job 5 years, well, I can only make a good self-assessment on what I believe it is. But seeing how experienced you are, 22 plus years with artificial intelligence and different competitors, what do you see the film industry here in Southern California in particular?
Well, there's a love-hate relationship with AI in the industry. The studios are really interested in it because they're seeing how they could save some money and figure out how they could do certain things through AI. The businesses, the locations, and the crew are not so happy about it because that means it's less work for the crew. The businesses don't get to service the industry as much because the crew is not going to be hired as much, and locations aren't going to be getting as much business because they'll be doing it all in studio lots. But there's a lot of things that have to happen for that to actually take place. They're experimenting with it. They're finding that sometimes it's not as beneficial as they thought it was. So it's kind of one of those things that's kind of up in the air. It might be just a fad that goes away. It's hard to say. But right now, it's something that the studios, big studios like Paramount and Warner Brothers and all the others, Netflix who are just thinking about how do I make this work? How do we invest in this to make it beneficial for both their viewers and for their pocketbook? So it's hard to say. It's one of those things that's in flux.
We can only still wish and hope maybe not it's a hybrid situation, you know? And
Yeah.
then with site selection and selecting, it's not just a matter of, hey, I want to come on in and start filming. There's a process, there's permitting, there's a turnaround. Can you talk about a little bit on how imperative that is for a film studio to turn things around and why they need to have a fast turnaround?
Well, my best story for that is this. Let's say Nike wants to do a commercial with an athlete running down a road. So Nike hires an ad agency and says, "Hey, we want to do this commercial with this athlete we hired to run down this road with our shoes on." That ad agency calls probably 5 or 10 different production companies and says, "Hey, we want to do this commercial," gives them the spiel. I usually get a phone call from about half of those production companies saying, "Hey, Dan, I need a road that's in the middle of the desert, in the forest, or in an urban area that I got to have an athlete running down the road." I'll give them those locations. And then maybe 2, 3, 4, 6 weeks later, I'll get a phone call from one of those productions that says, "Hey, I won the bid. I got the job. It's Thursday night at 7 o'clock at night, but I have to shoot Tuesday morning," because the ad agency has already purchased airtime for that commercial. So now they have a drop dead date when it has to be done. And they've only got like 4 days. So that's kind of gives you an example how short turnaround these things are. They're always trying to beat the clock on something. And so whenever a city gets a phone call and says, "Hey, listen, I need to shoot in your city, but I got to shoot there in 4 days," some cities panic about that. And the cities that get the filming are the cities that says, "No problem, we'll make it happen. What do you need? Come on by. We're happy to have you."
The red carpet experience. I love that. And then just to kind of piggyback and add more to that on the site selection and the turnaround time. Some of the projects that you've worked on, normally, what are the time periods that a film production? I know a movie may be 120 minutes, but the actual location on a city or property may not be as long. How does that work in regards to filming location? How much does a feature length film would have? How many locations would a film have?
Oh, that's a tough one because some feature films have just a handful of locations. Other ones will have dozens, if not hundreds of locations. It just really depends on the script and what looks they need. So that's kind of hard to say, but it can be very diverse and it can be very, very hard for them to try to get all those locations in sometimes just to do it. And I had Transformers shoot, and they were shooting out in the desert, and they call up and say, "Hey, I need to shoot this scene for the movie," and they booked 3 days on some federal land. The footage that they shot during those 3 days ended up in the movie for about 6 seconds. So they spent 3 days shooting a 6-second segment. So that tells you how much time they spend to create a movie. It's a lot of time just to get that 120 minutes. The 120 minutes is probably hundreds of hours of filming, trying to get down to that 120-minute time frame.
And then I'm so glad that you put it into not just a number, but it's all around the spectrum. And I love how you talk hundreds sometimes, because that tells all of our businesses here that, hey, a film could have hundreds of locations. There is an opportunity for the city of Emmett and the San Jacinto Valley to enter the market of filming. How has filming been in our valley in the last couple of years? And do you see possibly I don't want to say an increase, but continued filming in our valley? How does that look like, and what can we do to better prepare ourselves for more filming, not just the city, but everyone on this call today?
Well, I'm sure a lot of you have been listening to the news and reading articles about what's happening in the film industry. They're taking a little bit of a hit right now. There's been a slowdown, partly because the studios were looking back at their budgets and saying, "Hey, we're spending a lot of money, but we're not making as much as we're spending." So they've backed off a little bit. So there's a bit of a flux right now in the industry, but that does not mean there is no demand. For example, this year we have FIFA coming in to LA, right? Well, when those tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people come into town for this event, the film industry goes out of town because there's no room to shoot. There's too many people. So we're going to see an influx of filming outside of what they call the 30-mile zone. Have you guys ever watched the show TMZ? That's what TMZ stands for, 30-mile zone. So once they get past that 30-mile zone, they're going to be getting away from a lot of that activity. Same thing's going to happen during the Olympics in 28. They're going to have, again, hundreds of thousands of people come into LA. So the industry says, we're getting out of here. We're going to go shoot away from LA so we can get our job done while the Olympics are going on. So there's some hope in the future where things are going to happen. And I'm getting a lot of phone calls about filming kind of picking up a little bit, but it's just like any other business. Things happen, and there's ebbs and flows in how much there is. And we'll have our lean times and we'll have our gravy times.
That's amazing, Dan. So I'm so glad to hear that the city of Hemet will be getting all of the filming next year. I'm being facetious. That's just me trying our best, As long as we get a couple. And for those that don't know, Fast and the Furious was filmed here. I believe there's a Star Wars, a couple commercials, a music video happened out at the Hemet Stock Farm, Seabiscuit. So we have some film background, and we want to make sure that our city and our valley continues to be portrayed that way. Dan, I'm so glad to hear that you said the 30 miles. I didn't know that's what TMZ stands for. I learned something new today. Thank you for the education. And a few more questions before we open it up here, Dan, for some Q&As, and I'm almost done here on my end. What are your goals this year for the film services industry? What are the goals for the organization?
My goal always has been to try to build the economic base in the Inland Empire. I really enjoy seeing a business thrive, and it gives me that happy feeling when I see somebody benefit from something that I've done, and I truly like to be a servant in that aspect. There's a True Value hardware store in Herba Valley that every time there's a film shoot nearby, they get a month's worth of income just in the 1 or 2 days that film shoot is there. Wow. So that gives you an idea of how much money an industry can bring into a region. So I want to see all that expenditures that the industry has dumped out here. I want them to come out and throw money at all these businesses and all these places to say, I want to film here. And the way to do that is to be willing to serve them in the best way we can, be quick with our assistance, and just do what we can to make them feel welcome. I was in Lake Elsinore yesterday with a commercial, and the first words out of the producer's mouth was, I didn't know you guys are out here. I said, what do you mean? We've been out here for years. I says, this is a great place to shoot. Come to Lake Elsinore, come to Hemet, come out to Palm Springs. There's so much in this region that you haven't seen. I says, I want you to call me and I'm going to take you around and show you stuff that you won't believe. And they were just totally surprised that how film friendly the Inland Empire is, how film friendly Riverside County is, that they had said, we are definitely going to start looking out this way again. And that's what it is building those relationships, being willing to do what you can to help. And that's what they just love to have. That just like it makes them feel like they're wanted. And then they go to where they feel wanted.
You said something, Dan, in passing, but I'm not sure if anybody caught that, but I caught it. A few days of filming equals the whole year of business for some of the small businesses. And I can attest to that. These small businesses, we have in Hendon, we have 97.2%, Dan. A lot of those are making less than $50,000 a year. There's this misnomer or fallacy that small businesses are making $1 million a year. Far from it, folks. Bulk of small businesses, they're making less than $60,000 a year, working 80 hours a week. So thank you for saying that, Dan. It's so funny. You just got, I believe, your first, I guess not request, but they're out there. Dr. Koch and Associates, they're giving out all of their facilities, healthcare. They want to be in movies right now, And then My last question before I open it up to questions here is, I'm really big for the youth and in finding careers in all sectors of life. It doesn't have to be just artificial intelligence or semiconductors, but it also can be film industry, entertainment. What are some of the career tracks within Inland Empire Film Services or site selectors managers? What does that look like, career tracks?
Well, in the industry, they have two categories. They have what's called below the line, and they have what's called above the line. Above the line are the actors, the producers, the directors, right? They're the ones who make the most money, basically. That's where the line is. Below the line is where all the jobs are. That's your grips, that's your lighting technicians, that's your craft services, that's the foods and snacks they have on set while they're filming, catering. There's so many jobs that are below the line in the industry. People don't realize it. When you sit and watch the credits in a movie, there could be 300 people named there. 95% of those names are it's considered below the line. So job opportunities in the film industry can be amazing. It's just you have to really work hard. It's not an easy job. They're working 6 days a week, 12, 14, sometimes 20-hour days. It's hard work, but it's work that they get paid well for.
Wow, Dan. And do cities get on those credits? Because if we do, make sure to get me on there when you come out here, right? I like to see myself after 50 minutes of credits, I'm falling in the bottom there, you know? That would be awesome. Dan, wow. Without even knowing, we've already been talking for 25 minutes. What a great time, Dan. Before we give a round of applause and we can kind of conclude here, I do want to open up to questions. Are there any questions this morning from anybody for Dan Taylor? This is the time to do so.
Hey, I do have a comment, not a question exactly.
Yes. Where, Coca?
Hey, Dan, welcome to the amazing Hemet Business Connect. I just want to say, as the volunteer chairman of the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce board, you have an amazing city here with incredible people. Whether you look at the mayor, council members, or city manager, and of course, you met Ben. Ben will take his shirt off and give it to you to have you come and do stuff here. So we all are here to support you. We have some great business owners, lot of small business owners. So they can use the help, they can use the support. Hope you give this beautiful city and the people an opportunity to work with the amazing industry that you're in. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I can tell you, chambers can be a great resource for the industry. A lot of film companies will call the chamber first before they call anybody else because they're the ones that are connected to the pulse of the businesses in the region. The only advice I would give a chamber is that when you get a phone call and say they're calling you for a water truck because they need to wet down the road, don't just give them the water trucks that are in your list as members. Give them other ones as well. They're going to want to have 3, 4, 5 different references because then when, say, that water truck company is not a member, gets the job, you call up that water truck company and say, hey, guess what? I just got you a business. Join the chamber, you know? So it's great marketing as well.
Hey, Dan, we need you on our team, man.
I know. Man.
We stole Ben already, so.
Oh, man. That's a good one, Dad. Wow. And we're also fortunate, everyone. This is a collaboration, not just the city and the chamber, but our Riverside County partners. So we are so excited to have also Stephanie Sternum here. Stephanie, your question, please.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Dan. Dan and I have been friends for many years working in film, so I know him very well, and I can attest that he is amazing in this capacity. But Dan, I just want to see, can you mention real quick about film tourism? Because a lot of times when a business has a film shoot at their place, it's not a one and done.
Yeah, you know, there is a huge market for film tourism. Where the Hobbit shot, there are tourists that come to see that location to this day. They're still getting hundreds and hundreds of people spending money locally. You know, if you get a shoot in your area, it's a way to market your city and say, come and see where this movie shot. Come and see where this star stayed in this hotel. Come and see where what's his name from oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought of who's the actor. Well, there was an actor that was walking around in a town, and everybody was all excited because he was walking around just shopping in the area. So now
Jason Momoa.
you wish. Of course, he did shoot out here though. He shot out in the high desert. He's been out in this area before, and so if there's things people don't know, and it's good marketing. So once you get the privilege of having a TV show or a movie in your city limits, it's a great resource to be able to market that tourism wise, because it does bring in those visitors and tourism dollars.
That is honestly, Stephanie, amazing question on that. That is so true. I'm a big Terminator 2 fanatic, and I visited every location that Terminator 2 was filmed, even in the acting section, just to be what Arnold Schwarzenegger was that. My favorite movie, everyone's heard it now. So beautiful question. Any other question before we conclude? We have about 8 more minutes, Tiff, and then we have 2 more items for people to speak on. Maya, yes.
A question for Dan I would have is, do you have any strategies in place to attract more productions to the region?
Well, that's kind of what my job is to do, is the marketing side of it. I work closely with Riverside County. I work with all the cities that I contract with to try to bring that business in. And some of the ways we do that is that we attend and sponsor some events that are in LA that cater to the location's professional industry, like the Colo Awards, which Ben was able to attend. The Location Managers Guild International, they have an award show. I'm a member of their guild. We do FAM tours where we bring location managers out and tour the area. Matter of fact, I've got Hemet on a FAM tour coming up in March, and Ben and I are going to be working to try to get that solidified and have the city participate to have the industry see what Hemet has to offer. So it is, there's different marketing strategies that can happen. But the best way to do that is to, when they do come out, give them the best service you can get, because that's what's the best attraction for them, is being serviced and saying, we care about you, we want you here. And to be honest with you, that's a strategy that works with any customer, to be honest with you. If they feel wanted, if they feel desired, they feel like they're important, they're going to come back to your establishment. So if you give them good service and make them feel needed, then they are going to work with you.
And here at Disneyland, here at Hemet, they're going to get the Disneyland Fast Pass experience. So we're on the right track. Great question, Mike, because they're getting the Disney magic, Hemet magic. Mayor, please go right ahead.
Well, I think you just answered my question, because you'd made the comment, the cities you contract with. And my question was, are you contracting with the city of Hemet? And
well, that's a question for Ben.
That is, Mayor, that is our goal. That is why we're doing the fan tour here in March. And we're going to go all out for those site selectors so they know Hemet is here for filming. So Dan, you let me know when you're ready for that fan tour, amigo.
You got it. I'll be talking to you.
All right, everyone. That concludes our guest speaker. Dan, on behalf of the city of Hemet, the San Jacinto Valley, and the Chamber, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and the Soboba EDC for joining us this morning. Round of applause, everyone. Dan, thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one, my friend. And then, folks, thank you, Dan. I have 4 more minutes here. I want to make sure I use them wisely and strategically. I do want to pass it over to the county to see if they have any updates on there. I know they have a lot going on. We have a brand new strategy. I don't want to speak on their behalf. Stephanie, what's going on over there with the county?
Yeah, so exciting news. Our Economic Development Strategic Plan, which also serves as our CEDS, our Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy, was approved yesterday. And we have it on our website, so anybody can view it. I'm going to put the link in the chat. It was approved by the US EDA, so we're pretty excited about that. That's been a year-long process that is finally concluded. just a quick mention, we do have some veterans programs, our Veterans Business Resources Now program, which offers workshops to veterans to start or expand a business. We have a workshop that is going to be starting on February 24th through March 31st. So that's once a week online, easy to do. And then also we have one coming up April 8th. It's a one-day event. That one is not ready to be signed up for yet, but I will put the other one in the chat. We also have our Spanish entrepreneur cohort for starting a business. It's called Emprendedoras, and that's going to be in the Lake Elsinore area starting on February 3rd. It's still available to sign up for. And then also the county has a budget priority survey that they would like to share with the community and have input. So I'll put that link in the chat as well.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Ben.
And any business here looking for further services that the city may not be able to offer, please reach out to the county. They definitely have other services that we're not mixing and matching, so definitely it's dual. And on the city's behalf, before we conclude here, I have one more person as well. The city will be opening up today, actually, our kitchen grant, where we expect to award up to $300,000 per project. So please note that kitchen grant will open today at 5:30. Please go on our website. I'll make sure Maya adds it on our chat box for the kitchen grant. Please review it, promote it. We want to bring in good hospitality businesses. In addition, folks, you're going to be the first ones here to hear it. Hold on tight and hold on to your seats. The 2026 Hemet Regional Economic Summit is coming back, and we're going to have it April 30th here at the Hemet Public Library. Be on the lookout. We will be opening the Eventbrite next week for registrations. We are so excited to have Professor Dr. Daniel McDonald, the chair of Cal State San Bernardino, to be our keynote speaker, along with Supervisor Gutierrez. And this year, instead of a nonprofit panel, we will be having a panel full of private sector investors. So you don't want to miss out the Economic Summit. And in partnership with Riverside County, we will be hosting the Fast Pitch competition again. Anybody here that wants to present your business, entrepreneurship, you will have an opportunity to win $1,000 and go to the finals at Riverside County. More to come on the Fast Pitch. And one last person I want to pass that to, and this will be 2 minutes, everyone. I had a great intern. His name was Ubaldo, and he did an amazing job. And he has something to present to all of you. He's a college student at Mount San Jacinto, and I want to pass him the floor here for a minute or two to present on this project. Ubaldo?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Ben. I really appreciate it. I just want to say thank you all for the opportunity to speak in front of you. I'm going to share my screen really quickly.
I'm sharing it now, Ubaldo. Can you see
mine? Perfect. Actually, I did make a little bit of edits, Mr. Ben. If it's possible to share my screen, I have it ready.
Fine, go right ahead.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Screen. Perfect. Can everybody see that now?
Yes.
All righty, perfect. Like Mr. Ben said, my name is Ubaldo Puente. I am a student at Mount San Jacinto College and the Officer of Financial Affairs. I'm also a City of Hemet Economic Development student intern. I would like to share with you all the garden revitalization project for the Mount San Jacinto Child Development and Education Center. Right now, this garden is being held together by repurposed bookshelves that are splintering. The space isn't safe or sustainable for the children to come. Before bringing this forward, I met directly with the Child Development Center director. We discussed the needs, vision, and have their full support. This is a satellite visual of the area. So we have it right there. The solution, and we can see the garden right here. We have repurposed bookshelves, some weeds. Of course, it just needs a little bit of love. The solution is simple. It's to replace unsafe materials, add raised garden beds, expand and improve the layout and accessibility, and install new fencing. This is an AI rendering of hopefully how it will look. You might be asking yourself, how is this garden going to be built? Well, in collaboration with Talkwoods High School, the carpentry class would handle the construction and the cleaning of the existing garden. The entrepreneur class would create donor recognition plaques and a permanent plaque to be housed there at where the garden is, and the digital media would document and share the project. We already have the planning, the labor, and the approval. What I'm asking today is your support through donations, material, lumber, soil, gardening supplies, and fencing materials. Thank you so much for everybody's time, and this is how you could contact me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ubaldo. Can you also put your information on in the chat box, please?
Of course.
Ubaldo is also, I think, one of the presidents of the ASB Government Affairs at Mount San Jacinto. I had an amazing time having him here in Economic Development. Ubaldo, my friend, when we see you up as a director on the city, don't forget about Hemet, okay? You have a good future for you, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Ben. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing rest of your day.
And everyone, I know we're done with time here, and I was gonna give Jennifer Venable, our guest speaker for next month, a few minutes, but we've run out of time, which is even better because then all of you get to know and hold on tight for next month on what we're going to discuss. So everyone, on behalf of the city of Hemet, what a great success this was having our Business Connect. Just so everyone's aware, we will be having 12 of these this year, 11 virtually. And at the very end, in December, I think I had to mention it to everyone, we will have a Business Connect in person for Christmas and celebration. So everyone, be on the lookout for next month. Our next Business Connect will be on February 26th, 8 a.m., same time, same place. Everyone, be safe. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wonderful meeting, Ben. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much for joining. Well, I'll be in touch, David. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.